What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS preview show. Taking a look at the Friday 8-game main slate. It is the second day of the MLB season. We watched Thursday baseball go by. All the number one pitchers. Some had good days. Some had bad days. Adley Rutschman, monster day. Cedric Mullins, monster day. Orioles, huge day. White Sox, big winners on the day. Hung up a crooked number there. Just goes to show you just never know what's going to happen in the MLB. Matchups you think are going to be easy, not so fast. We'll see if that trend continues here on day 2. Day 3. Day 2 of the MLB season, I guess.
Day 4.
Day 4?
Day 4? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dodgers are 3-0 on day 2. Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. Game started 7 o'clock here, though. 7 o'clock all the way through 10:10. So you got a little bit of time to go. Now, this is not like the other DFS shows we do. Generally, you'll have all these lineups out nice and early, and things don't change in the MLB. Doesn't happen always. We did have Tanner Bybee scratched today. Opening day starter. That's a rarity, but it happens.
MLB has a rest problem. Day 1. Go figure.
But for the most part, you're really just worried about weather, which it doesn't seem like we have any issues with weather. We did have a delay in that Minnesota-St. Louis game as we expected on opening day. But everything else kind of went off with a hitch, and that's kind of what we're looking at here. So, all the information should be good for you guys. Again, we don't do the live show yet for the MLB show, but if you are a Fantasy Alarm member, you can get in our Discord leading up the roster lock. If you have any questions on the slate, get all your lineup questions answered there. Or if you're tuning in here, put a comment in the comment section. Grande and I love to talk to you guys throughout the day in that comment section. If you have lineup questions throughout the day, we'll be happy to answer those in the comment section of the show. So don't be shy. Once the NBA regular season ends, we'll start doing live MLB DFS shows as well each and every day to get you guys ready for the main slate. But for now, preview show only with the MLB show, and that's what we got going on. Again, day 2 for most, so pitching is still pretty good. We still have a number of quality arms on this slate, but there are also some more favorable finally hitting matchups that we can look to target as well. Grande, how are we feeling about 8 games here?
Feeling great. I said it in the Discord, John. Cash 1 of 1 on this MLB season. I'm cashing all 162 games this year, and no one can stop me.
Dude,
I'm 1 for 1. I'm cashing every slate.
Logan O'Hobby coming through with a trash late home run for you. Good enough.
Good enough. Hey, good enough.
Good enough.
Good slate though. I like this size. Like this size slate for sure.
I'll say this: looking at the pitching already, I have a couple of spots that I want to stack, so we can just get into this.
Okay.
Dylan Cease is your top priced starting pitcher. Let's pull out maybe some early ownership. Let's see if we have any early ownership that we can take a look at here to get an idea of maybe where the field might be looking to go on this slate. But Cease against Atlanta, Michael King did not find success in this matchup on opening day. Maybe Dylan Cease can have himself a better spot here in this matchup. You have Yamamoto against Detroit, $9,000. Hunter Brown's $88,000. Flaherty against the Dodgers at $85,000, and Castillo and Gausman rounding out the $8K tier. Those are your top 6 starting pitchers for price. What are your thoughts here? Is there a matchup or two you're looking to get to?
Yeah, I mean, we know Dylan Cease has a super high ceiling. This game is one of 2 with 7 implied runs. He's a slight favorite. I'm okay with it. I actually picked Yoshinobu Yamamoto in our bold predictions to win the NL Cy Young. So I am very high on that gentleman right there. I know he only threw 72 pitches in his opener, but considering that he threw 72 pitches over 5 innings in a real game, he is going to be built up here. 7.5 implied total. Dodgers, he's basically minus 200 on the money line. Great pitcher's ballpark. Is a home run laden ballpark. Like there is home runs hit in Dodger Stadium. But if he can keep the ball on the ground, serious strikeout upside against this Tigers offense. So Yamamoto's the one guy to me right off the bat that stands out. And then Luis Castillo is the other one at 83. Those above 8K, right off the bat, like, would be the first two names that stick out.
Yeah, Castillo for, obviously getting up there in age a little bit, more of a veteran starter, but then the split numbers still hold really true. Like really good at home last year. They're home again. We know the Athletics last year, they had some offensive upside with the guys like Rooker and Butler. Tyler Soderstrom tonight's got 2 home runs and whatnot, and the homer ball has been a problem for Castillo. The last couple of seasons for sure, but I like him at home. And I like the mid-tier price tag at $8,300 here as well. So I certainly don't mind getting to some Luis Castillo. I'm not going to go Gossman here. The numbers during spring were better. The velocity was back. He definitely can be when healthy and elite. Years prior to last year was definitely more than an $8,100 pitcher. But after what we saw today out of Baltimore with no Gunnar Henderson in the lineup, with Adley doing the damage that he did, like I'm a little nervous that offense is really good still. Gossman a better pitcher potentially than Berrios, more of a power arm than Berrios, so maybe that changes some things. But I'm a little scared off that matchup. Honestly, I don't love this mid range all that much. Mitch Keller against Miami.
That's your chalk. That's my guess. That's my guess at who's chalky here.
I know, but he hasn't been very good.
No, he hasn't. But I think he is. He does. We've seen this from Mitch Keller throughout his career. He has a super high ceiling and a super low floor. He looks amazing to terrible start to start.
So I want to give a quick shout out here. Former, always friend of the family, Jen Piacenti. She sent out a tweet not too long ago, getting ready, previewing this slate. Mitch Keller allowed the second most stolen bases last year, apparently.
Interesting.
And only one stolen base attempt was thrown out while he was on the mound. Insane. So if guys get on against Mitch Keller, it could just be a free day on the base paths.
Xavier Edwards.
Yeah, well, her tweet was promoting the plus 185 Xavier Edwards stolen base prop. But that's certainly concerning. Like if he's going to put guys on base, team like Miami, certainly some guys that could run. I'm very curious to see where the ownership was. Obviously, Skeens had a really good game going for a while in that one. Ran out of steam a little bit. And Keller has had his ups and downs, but $7,900 is there. Again, don't really want to go Lopez versus the Padres. I want to play Texas. Tanner Houck has looked horrific since the All-Star break last year. Really bad All-Star break, second half of last season. I think his ERA, and I'll pull it up right now, during spring was like north of 12. Wrong Houck there. Here we go. Get the correct Houck. His ERA in spring, 11.2. He had a 4.6 K per nine, a 3.3 walks per nine. Those are good numbers. So I know we're talking starting pitching to play, but I think I'm gonna have a lot of Texas in my lineup when it comes to stacking against potentially Tanner Houck. You have Jeffrey Springs on the other side of that matchup against Seattle. Getting him in a good pitcher park.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good spot right now. Severino pitching a gem against Seattle.
Yep.
It was Justin
six scoreless for Severino.
I think it was Justin Turner who had the comments in the offseason about like how he was disappointed to see like Seattle didn't make any attempt to improve their team, and that's why he left essentially.
Yep. I saw that interview as well.
So Springs here at 75. I don't know what Merrill Kelly's got left. Didn't look good last year. Didn't have a good spring. Tyon coming back from his injury from the spring as well. Like, is there a value that you're looking at here?
It's Jeffrey Springs. Okay. Undoubtedly Jeffrey Springs. It's hard to believe the strike. You're not going to get many guys down here with the strikeout upside that he has in the best pitching environment imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not thinking too hard about it. I like both pitchers in that game.
Sure.
Keller, Yamamoto. I don't have like a deep pitching pool. Charlie Morton wasn't very good in the spring.
No.
Obviously, Leiter making the rotation, a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of walks. You don't want to do that against Boston. definitely don't want to do that against Boston.
Gillespie had a really good spring. Not a ton of strikeouts, but pitched fairly well during the spring. Won the starting rotation job here. Sandy Alcantara was pitching a shutout for a very long time in this game. Now, I am not comparing Connor Gillespie to Sandy Alcantara, but
it is Alcantara, by the way.
Alcantara, sure.
I corrected myself, and then I heard him. I'm like, I'm so, I'm more of like,
Sandy Alcantara. That's fine. I'll remember it now moving forward. That's fine. But Connor Gillespie did get the starting pitching job here. Obviously, starting in this game. Maybe an opportunity for him.
Yeah, I mean, 6,300. Usually, you don't get pitchers at that price starting games, and in a good matchup as well. So, I definitely don't hate it.
He got up to 81 pitches in his final spring outing. So
it's good. It's good. He's basically full.
Yep, pretty much a full spring there. Just a consideration as a punt play at $6,300. Going on a catcher, again, a position we generally just look to punt. He played Al Hoppy as a cheap play, and he homered on that slate. Well, I'm sure we'll find a cheaper option. Again, more pitchers to hit against in this spot as well. So we'll, depending on where the starting lineups go, we'll probably look to find some value. Is there a quick shout you want to give out to anybody in particular here?
Yeah, I mean, Connor Wong against Jack Leiter, I think is interesting. $3,700. Jonah Heim on the flip side of that game. I do think if you're attacking Gillespie, Joey Bart had an 800 OPS last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, he won the catcher's job outright. Wasn't expecting him not to, but is the catcher every day.
Maybe Alejandro Kirk versus Morton at 32.
Yeah, Alejandro Kirk and his big new shiny contract. And then if we're punting, Miguel Amaya, 3 ribbies on opening day. We went through this last year with him. He obviously wasn't like very consistent and isn't like that elite of an offensive player, but you mentioned it. Merrill Kelly's like upper 30s, great opening day for him. Does have a pretty solid ceiling at $2,200 for what the price and the player is. Like we did. I don't know. You remember our every night Christian Bethancourt or Miguel Amaya stretch last year for like 2 months straight, where they were just the best catching duo in baseball, and we were just like, they're not moving their price. I'm already there. I'm 1 game in, and I'm already at Miguel Amaya.
Yeah, and like I said, Merrill Kelly did not have a good spring, so definitely could be a spot for him at 24 or where is he? Amaya, $2,200 for sure. First base. Again, the classic Shohei Ohtani first base outfield eligibility, a position that he has never played either of, but they don't know what to do. And for whatever reason, they give him dual position eligibility. Make it make sense. It doesn't, but he's there. He homered again. 2 homers now on the year. Again, he's Shohei Ohtani. He's the best player in the league. If you can get to him, you get to him. That's what it is. I'll keep betting against Charlie Morton and go with Vladdy too. I think there's home run upside here with Vladdy Guerrero Jr. in this spot. Morton's going to throw fastballs and Vladdy's going to swing at him. So you got him at 53 looking to spend up. I like Naylor versus Tyon at 47. Really good spot for him in the middle of the Arizona lineup to drive in some RBIs. And then again, I mentioned liking Texas. Berger and Jock Jams here. Peterson at 42 and 43.
Yeah, love them both. Matt Bush at 4K, hitting 4th for the Cubs. Gets the righty-lefty against Merrill Kelly. Tristan Casas, $3,800. He's too cheap. Torkelson.
Is Torque back or
he hit a home run today.
I know.
So I am very. It's going to be impossible to score on the Dodgers this year, obviously. But for a cheap home run, he is an option. I wonder what the field does with Tyler Soderstrom homering twice. When they wake up and find Tyler Soderstrom homered twice, do they just automatically start clicking him at $3,200? That's an option too.
I agree. Was Mervis traded to Miami? Or did he just sign with Miami? Wasn't he like a Cubs prospect for a little bit?
He was on the Cubs. He played on the Cubs literally last year.
Off-season
He was
trade.
traded.
That's what happened. Yeah, traded.
He was traded. Yeah, he hit 4th today.
Yeah, kind of interesting. The cleanup hitter against
right?
Yeah, he was in the middle of that lineup today. Yeah, him and like Jonah Bride was like third. DH.
Oh yeah, Jonah Bride. Yeah, Jonah Bride hit 3rd, and Mervis hit 4th. Otto Lopez hit 5th.
Yeah, so I if you're not on Mitch Keller, if you're anti-Keller here, Mervis could be just a punt play. We're not going to play Mets Miami this year. Maybe when like Jesus Sanchez gets back or something. But we got that. Gavin Sheets homer today. If he had a huge spring. Homered again. We know he's got some power, right? You got him against Lopez at 24. If he finds himself in the lineup for the Padres, I don't mind that.
Made the team just solely based on all the home runs he hit in the spring.
All the home runs that he hit. And he's always been a powerful guy, right? You get some of these guys away from Chicago, and look what Jake Berger did, right? Now maybe it's Gavin Sheets' time here. So I got him at 24. So if he's in the lineup, I would give him a look against Lopez, who last year Lopez just like skirted by his peripheral stats. So can go there.
I would throw one more out there. Okay. I am actually surprised to see, well, not surprised, but Andy Rodriguez, who was one of their top prospects, got hurt last year.
Yep.
Was a catcher. Now won their first base job. Min salary $2K. Sure. I mean, it is what it is. But if you're telling me that we can play like a cheap pirate stacks, if you want to go against Gillespie, obviously the 2K first baseman makes a lot of sense.
2 years ago, we were absolutely building min price Andy Rodriguez catcher lineups. I very much remember it.
Dude, he was a top 100 prospect in baseball that just missed the whole year, and now
people forgot.
And now he's playing. Well, now he's playing first. He's not even playing. Yeah. But Pittsburgh does this a lot. We saw Henry Davis out in the outfield. You know? Yeah, Henry Davis out in the outfield, and I mean,
never know. All right, second base. Yeah, Ketel Marte is up here. Altuve, both those guys expensive. I'd lean more Marte than Altuve. Again, you can go against Houck if you want with Semien. I do like Nico Horner at 43.
Yep.
Some stolen base upside there.
Yeah, they have an interesting lineup construction. They hit him 5th. It's interesting. It's good spot for like driving runs and stuff. So yeah I'm okay.
And again, he has speed, so there's also
a lot of speed. Yep, a lot of speed.
Jimenez hit cleanup and homer today for the Blue Jays.
Could not believe when he hit cleanup. Also shocked he homered, but yeah, he did. Had a pretty good spring. Really fast dude. Steals a lot of bases. If he's cleaning up and he's hitting behind Vlad and Santander, I mean, there is a lot of run production.
A lot of opportunities for him there at 35. Nick Gonzalez homered. He's day-to-day, though. He got removed from that game, so I guess we'll see what happens. But got that there. Christian Campbell price bump after game 1. Goes up to 3,300, but hit 6th today. Had a walk, a run scored, and a single. So definitely worth the value because there's a lot of power in that bat. $3,300 for him. Acuna started. I don't know if I think Beatty might get the start versus a righty.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think so as well.
Is Beatty?
He is
2,700. Would you go Beatty versus Brown here?
Big
I don't love for Beatty.
Yeah, I don't love attacking Hunter Brown because he's
good
60% plus ground ball rate. Yeah, with a high strikeout rate, it's tough to like. I probably like if we're punting, I'd probably play Otto Lopez. You want to talk about a guarantee? You want to bet a steal, John? I know Xavier Edwards was your guy. Here's another guy. This is the guy. 20 stolen bases in 117 games last year. He hit 5th today. This is your probably because I bet if there is a bet stolen base for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards has probably the best odds or the best odds to do. I bet you Otto Lopez number is a little juicier for you. So I like the Rogers play. Also, just wanted to shout out Jorge Polanco. If you don't play Jeffrey Springs hitting from the right side in this game, he also homered tonight and hit 6th. So if you want to it's not the best, obviously, environment to hit 7 implied runs in that game, but
yeah, again, we kind of want springs, I think, too. So like,
yeah,
in there.
Yep.
All right, let's go on over to third base then. Devers is up at the very top again. Leiter was not very good last year.
Nope.
Him and Rocker kind of won their jobs this spring out of default. Like they had so many injuries again. But Devers didn't really have a good spring, pouted a lot, the everyday DH now, so like, I don't necessarily know if I want to test that quite
Leiter
yet.
walked a lot of people in the spring again, though. So
yeah,
like,
dude, crazy high walk rate. Him and Rocker had like a 5 walks per 9 or something like that. So Leiter could definitely give some free passes, and obviously Devers hit second, so a chance. Bregman's here as well. Machado had 2 stolen bases today. I don't know what that was about, but $4,700.
Yeah,
for him there. Josh Jung had 2 hits today. I know we like him better against lefties, and he obviously had those hits off Crochet, but Houck again has been so bad.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, well, he's healthy.
Yeah, well, he's healthy. You're a Matt Shaw guy, 3,500 against Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't looked great in his first few games. The strikeout rate has even elevated, and that's something that he's profiled like not to do. He has been said that he's not going to strike out a lot, and he has. But he has top tier speed. If he gets on, he's stealing, and if he gets on, he's scoring anything in the gap. He's done it. He scored 3 runs in his first 3 games already. So I am very high in Matt Shaw. He's also like super powerful dude as well.
Sure.
So yeah, and then Jonah Bride 3,100. He's hitting third, right?
I was gonna say he's in the middle of their lineup. So all right, shortstop. Lindor's 54. Yeah, Mookie. Seager at 51, DHing because he's dealing with like an ankle or a knee calf strains, DHing. So I don't know if that impacts your thoughts on Seager at all, but it is again a matchup against Houck that I kind of want to stack against.
If he hits a home run, I don't need to worry about the calf strain.
It's true.
He just jog around the bases. No, I mean I'm obviously you start talking any type of injury, it's already opening day, and it's Corey Seager. It's definitely a concern.
Yep. Bo Bichette led off. Did not have obviously a good game today, but better opportunity against Morton at 42. Again, Xavier Edwards, as we mentioned, the stolen base potential here against Keller at 4K.
Yeah, my DraftKings crashed. So I'm just looking
I'm
just looking at your screen. It's completely crashed. It's unable to open, and I'm just now relying on your screen to walk me through the rest of the slate.
That's not good because I don't pay attention half the time. So, all right. So again, we have
you have to because my internet's just giving up on me.
We got Bichette here at 42. I like the Blue Jays against Morton here. Willing to run that through. Jacob Wilson, $2,600. Again, a good hitter. Castillo we like, but Wilson potentially there.
Yep.
And that's probably it at shortstop.
Yes.
Okay. Josh Smith was in the lineup. I guess if Josh Smith was in the lineup, I'd give him a look too.
He'll be in the lineup if Seager's going to DH.
Yeah, and there's your point. So Josh Smith in the lineup here against Houck, I'm in for. Outfield, we go. Again, you can play Ohtani here. You can play Soto if you want. Kyle Tucker versus Kelly at 59. Carroll at 58. This is generally a spot where we're just like, find your stack, find your outfielder, build around it. If you're looking to pick a top price outfielder or 2, who are your favorites here?
Tucker against Taillon, Corbin Carroll against Taillon.
Tucker versus Kelly.
And Tucker against Kelly, just the 2 in that matchup. That game, 8.5 implied runs. I think that's the tied for the highest in the slate. I'd be interested to see when we get the implied totals, which of the 2 has the implier or the higher implied. Arizona, slight favorites, so I'm assuming them. Like Jordan against McGill. McGill doesn't have like a lot of swing and miss stuff. You want to talk about Luis Castillo allowing home runs? Brent Rooker, hello. Yeah. Meet Luis Castillo. No, it's a terrible ballpark for it, but home runs in general, And then if Leiter walks Sharon Duran, he's going to steal 3 bases against him. So
yeah, Duran had a decent game today as well. Jackson Merrill had a really good game today. You got him against Lopez at 52. I think Merrill's Dude, I didn't have the guts to do it, but like if the Padres have a good season, like Merrill could be an MVP candidate, right? Like he's just.
You're saying you didn't have the guts to bet that he would be an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I did. In our bold predictions, I didn't have the
the
cojones. It didn't go bold enough. With my prediction, someone said so. Could have gone with Merrill.
Well, I mean, everyone just said Bobby Witt, Shohei Ohtani, Bobby Witt, Paul Skeens, Shohei Ohtani.
Anyways, I do like Jackson Merrill a lot. Power, some speed, scored a bunch of runs today, drove in RBIs, so good spot for him there. Again, it's the outfield. There's 8 games. There's a billion players.
I do want to shout one. The one thing with Jack Flaherty last year that he struggled with was righty power. Teoscar is righty power. 51 hit a moon bomb off Tarek Skubal on Thursday too. Yeah. So
he does that versus lefties, right?
He does do that.
We know Butler, obviously a power speed guy.
Yep.
Santander, a ton of power. O'Neal Cruz, power, speed, solo bag today.
Yep.
Tyler O'Neill, he homered on opening day, so he's probably not going to homer here, right? He just only homers.
Probably going to get hurt
on opening day. Yeah, well, let's
just kidding. Knock on wood. I hope not. Possible. I never want to wish an injury on him.
Wyatt Langford, I'll do that at 44.
Yes.
Him and Jock Peterson at 42.
Yes. And we had Berger. Texas is very easy to get. Texas is very easy to get to.
It is. And again, like Houck has been so horrifically bad that I just feel like I need to get some Rangers in my lineup. Let's see.
Profar leading off.
Okay.
I think he's fine.
PCA tonight, 2 runs, a walk, stolen base. 30.
Yeah, another team really easy to get to. Cubbies
against Kelly. Yep. Weiler, 2 homers. Power from the left side, $3,500.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a fun baseball player to watch.
Dude, Christian Vasquez netted 2 prospects, one of them being Weiler Abreu. That worked out.
Does Sedmol only good every other year?
I mean, I would play him. I mean, at that point, right? Some stolen base, obviously the power. Again, I think Gossman is going to be better this year than last year. But how soon? Is
how soon is
too good right now?
Yep. Cam Smith, 27.
Yep, got a hit today.
Hit 6th.
Yep. Jake McCarthy has some stolen base upside, $2,500. Lefty versus Tyon there.
He does. Yep, it's a good shout.
That's probably
we'll get some. We'll get some lineups like. I know for a fact, like Texas played Kevin Pillar because there was a lefty on the mound. I'm assuming Leote starts tomorrow with a righty on the mound.
Sure.
So if you want to, Leote's 2,900 against Houck. That's some cheap. Like that's a cheap play that will likely crack the lineup there.
Sure. All right, let's get a lineup build going. Then we've talked obviously enough Rangers. Pitching wise, I think we settled in on Springs and.
I mean, I like Yamamoto. Would probably if we wanted to spend all the way up, I'd go Yamamoto.
I'm good with that. Catcher, we spent down, right? We had Maya potentially as the as a catcher option here. Again, we'll have to, I guess, see if they catch him back-to-back days or not. But I got that. Outfield, I liked Wyatt Langford. I'm just getting some of these like
chalk jams, either at first or the outfield.
Yeah, is there a different first baseman you'd rather play here?
I don't think so. Bush would probably be one guy that stood out. Casas at 38 would probably be like the 3 right off the bat that I would look at.
And then who are we spending up for on this slate, I guess would be the question.
Corby, Tucker.
Okay. Let's go to Peterson at first.
Seager at 51.
Yeah, I probably need to go Seager, right?
If we're interested in getting, I mean
Jimenez was hitting cleanup.
I know there's an issue, but he was good enough to hit second today. Sure. Like if they're
Well, if we did Peterson, what if we did this? What if we did Peterson in the outfield? Do Vladdy with Jimenez versus Morton.
We have a lot of money still. Holy cow.
I was gonna say we have like infinite dollars here. Third base. I don't know if there was a value third base in
Matt Shaw, 35.
Sure. And then 53 can get Teoscar, Duran, Merrill. I mean, a one-off Merrill's fine by me. Like him.
Yeah, he's awesome. Any of those plays are awesome.
So Springs, Yamamoto, Amaya, Guerrero, Jimenez, Shaw, Seager, Langford, Peterson, Merrill getting us a 3-man Texas stack against Tanner Houck, a 2-man Toronto stack going up against Charlie Morton. We got 2 Cubbies against Merrill Kelly. We got a one-off play, Jackson Merrill against Reynaldo Lopez. Springs and Yamamoto on the mound and $100 left over. Again, we'll have a full playbook out from Henry Wilson. If you're a FantasyAlarm subscriber, you can get that, or you can get it out for free right now. 7-day free trial, fantasyalarm.com/win. Promo code Let's Go. That first month is less than $20 when you use that promo code. It starts all 7 days for free. And it's not just the MLB content that you get for free. You get the NBA, the NHL, the MMA, the PGA, the NASCAR, you name it. We cover it on site. It's free for 7 days. So sign up today. Check us out. Again, if you have any lineup questions, comments, strategy questions, put them in the chat. Grande and I will be happy to help you guys out. If you're a member, you can get in our Discord. You can ping us there. We'll help you guys out with your lineups up until roster lock there. Good luck with your weekend Friday, and we'll see you on the weekend. We'll talk to you later.